Welcome to Dash and Dish. Today we're celebrating my nephew's birthday with a kid-friendly menu perfect for any occasion. Today's menu includes deep dish mini pizzas, personalized quesadillas, mac and cheese cups with a secret ingredient, and the party wouldn't be complete without cake. We'll be making homemade Funfetti cupcakes with a healthy spin. Who doesn't love a party? We're celebrating Easton coming up. From an early age, we knew that my nephew Easton would be something special. He has a bold personality and he loves to make his presence known. Starting at just 1 year old, he proved that he could hold his own when he owned the dance floor on a family vacation. And then when he turned 2, he showed off his social skills when he began to run across the street to all the neighbors' houses, and he made friends with all the kids that were about 10 years older than him. He has such a strong personality, but he also has the best sense of humor. He's always looking for ways to make everybody laugh. But what I love most about Easton is that he has a superhero personality. He's always looking for ways to save the day. And so there couldn't be a better way to celebrate my nephew Easton for his 5th birthday than with a superhero party. Today's party day, and I'm gonna get started with the simplest recipe of all, a 3-ingredient cheese quesadilla with black beans and corn. And I'm even gonna do a few with chicken. And this recipe is perfect for little kids because you can make it really simple. And I find with toddlers especially, the simpler the better as far as ingredients go. So I just have some tortillas. You could do corn tortillas, whole wheat, whole grain, any kind of tortillas you like. And I'm just gonna put them on a baking sheet pan. And these will be perfect for Easton's party because we're gonna do some special cutouts for superheroes. And I'm gonna start with some cheese and just put a little bit on each one. I'd say about a 1/4 cup, just enough to cover the tortilla. And these are gonna be our base tortillas. You don't have to necessarily measure it out, but just kind of enough to cover the tortilla because it's gonna act like the glue to hold it together. Then we have some black beans. And this is the same thing, you don't have to measure them out, but I'd say a few tablespoons. And if someone doesn't like black beans or corn, you can leave them off. These are totally customizable, so not only are they simple, but you can make them however you like them. You could also do ground beef, if you cook up some ground beef on them. You could do some peppers, some green chilies, anything that goes with Mexican food. You just don't want to do a whole lot of really wet ingredients like salsa. That's better for dipping for these because if you get them wet, they're gonna be really hard to crisp up. And then I'll do just one with a little bit of some cooked chicken. Because kids, you know, not all kids love meat. I know Maddie doesn't love meat, so just a little bit of chicken on one will be perfect. And I like to do things like this whenever I'm thinking about a kid's birthday party. I think, what could I make for kids that's really simple, delicious, but also fun? So a different way that I can incorporate parts of the birthday party theme. So for Maddie, I did PB&J sandwiches. I got a little unicorn cookie cutter. She had a unicorn themed birthday. So I just cut out some unicorn PB&J sandwiches and it was perfect for all the kids. But for this, we have some Batman and we have some stars. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven 350 degrees for 8 minutes. And when they're done baking, I'm gonna let them cool just a little bit. And when they're cooled off, that's when we can cut them. You don't wanna cut them beforehand because the cheese will just melt right out. So we're gonna bake them and then we'll come right back and we'll cut them up. So I have a few of the quesadillas here that have come out of the oven and they're completely cooled. And now we're gonna make the cute little themes. And you could probably get about 2 per quesadilla out of these. There we go. Look how cute that is. And then we'll do a little star. And I like to serve these with salsa or any type of sauce that you like. So I'm gonna continue with these quesadillas, punching them out with the cookie cutters, and then we'll move on to our mini pizzas. so it's party day, Em. I'm so excited. We're gonna be making deep dish mini pizzas.
Sounds fun.
And I was thinking about what would we make for our kids for parties. I always think about their picky eating. That's like my first thought is like, what would they actually like to eat? Because if it's for them, then.
That's true. They need to
And
like
then
it.
also like the little fingers. Like you can't have these big sandwiches. So this will be perfect. It's bite-sized and it's fun and they like pizza.
Perfect.
So. All right, so what I'll have you do is I'll have you cut out some circles with the tortillas.
Okay.
I think you can only get one out of each.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's
like
okay.
it.
Now, if you don't have a cookie cutter like that, a circle, you can use a mason jar, a can. So anything that's round is perfect.
That's
a
so
cup
cute.
even. Yep, and you just stick them in there like that. And I'm gonna make the filling.
Okay.
So we just have 15-ounce can or jar of pizza sauce, a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, and then some garlic powder and some Italian seasoning. That's it. So easy, easy.
Kids are gonna love these.
Yeah. I love planning parties with you. It's like my favorite thing.
Me too.
I always thought growing up that our birthday was the best thing ever, and then I realized actually having kids and
Their
celebrating
birthday.
their birthday is like double the birthday for you as a parent, at least when they're little, because
it's so fun.
it's fun to plan it.
My favorite is the fact that when they're this young, they really don't have a say in their birthday. A
It's
little
true.
bit. Maybe they'll
It's true.
choose the theme, but other than that, you have full reign until they get older. Then they have more of a say.
That's
So
true.
it's fun. We might as well take advantage of these days.
Yep. I love the fact that we can pick the theme and creating parties with you is the best because I make the food usually. Well, Emily, I'm not gonna lie, she's really picked up. In fact, now we call her Delightful Dish because she's like a mini dashing dish. She's learned from me for so many years, been my sous chef.
You've taught me a lot.
So now she creates these amazing food spreads for her parties. And I show up, I haven't done a thing, and I'm like, this is so cute. So she does pretty good on her own. I can't take all the credit, but she usually does the theme, the decorations, and it's fun because for Maddie's birthday, we always do it at my parents' house, and so we show up together the day before, and we spend the whole day decorating and getting all the food table ready. And I'll never forget the first birthday.
I already know what you're gonna say. Maddie's birthday.
Where the food table, I showed up, it's about 10 minutes before the party started. It was her first birthday, so it was a huge deal. I mean, I went all out, sparkly everything. And she said, I come in and she said, Katie, the food table crashed. And it completely just separated. Everything came pouring onto the ground, including the cake.
I moved that table 1 inch and the leg apparently wasn't locked and the whole thing just came tumbling down. I'll never forget that. But the good thing is you learned through that day, it's not about the food. It's not even about the presentation. It's truly about the reason we're celebrating.
It's true. Okay, so the tortillas look great. Those are like the crust of the pizza, and they'll get kind of golden brown and crispy a little bit, so they'll hold all the filling. So this is our filling, and I made it super simple, but if you wanted to add some cooked chicken to it, or even some pepperoni to the filling, you could, but since it's kids, I always say simple is better. So I'll have you take this little ice cream scoop, and I'll take one, and we'll kind of put enough just so that they evenly have enough sauce. You want to do about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Don't go too heavy on the sauce or else they'll be kind of bursting at the seams here.
This is a fun little thing that the kids could help, but hey, we can do things much faster without
Yeah,
them,
that's
right?
true. That's true. But the nice thing is that we're neighbors, so we can get together anytime we want and help each other. It's the greatest gift to be neighbors with your sister.
is.
I mean, you know, even if you need some eggs, anything you need, she's right there.
How many times have I come over for eggs?
It's true. It's true. She's always like, thank God you're dashing dish. And then not only that, but you know, just to be able to get our kids together is so amazing. Easton and Maddie are only 6 months apart, so it's really fun. We can just, you know, walk over to each other's house, and in the winter we drive over, you know, and we get them together. And although they're very different, like Easton and Maddie are extreme opposites.
They are.
It's good getting them together because they sharpen each other.
Yeah.
Maddie is like the most quiet, reserved little girl, and Easton is full of personality, totally bold. So you can cut these into 4s.
Okay.
And then I'll put some cheese on top, and we'll put the pepperoni quarters on top. And again, if you didn't want to do these with pepperoni, you can customize them however you like. Even top them with bell peppers, olives, anything you want. This was one of my first recipes on Dashing Dish.
Wow.
I made everything in a muffin tin when I first started. I don't know why. It was just like a thing that I had going. It is. It's easy. It's portion control.
Yeah.
And it's fun. Who doesn't like eating little mini portions of things?
Yep.
Not just kids. I think all adults do too. So anyway, the kids will have a great time together today. I'm excited to celebrate Easton.
Me too.
Get them together. Okay, those look great. So now we'll just sprinkle these on the top, and we're just gonna pop these in the oven, 425 degrees, for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until the tops are, melted and cheesy, and the bottoms are a little bit golden brown. And it'll be really quick and easy, and I'm just gonna pop them in the oven. Coming up next, what kid doesn't love mac and cheese? But even at a birthday party, Aunt Kate can sneak in those veggies. Don't miss the secret ingredient. When hosting a party, especially for kids, don't forget to ask for help. It takes a lot of effort and planning to get ready for the special celebration, and you don't want to miss the actual event because you're too busy hosting. It helps to have at least one set of helping hands, whether it be a spouse, friend, or other family member who can supervise games, take pictures, or cut the cake while you greet guests. On the day of the event, take the time to savor all of your efforts and enjoy the party. My nephew Easton has so much joy, and every day is a dance party to him. Have you ever noticed the difference between kids and adults? Oftentimes, kids have so much joy all throughout their day, regardless of what's going on, and that is the joy of childlike faith. Unfortunately, something happens between childhood and adulthood that changes our level of joy. Pains, disappointments, failures, hurt, all these things tend to come in and crowd and choke out the joy from our everyday lives. Jesus calls us, however, to return to a place of childlike faith. And if you look at children, oftentimes they have no anxiety, no cares of this life, because they trust that their parents provide and care for them. And God calls us to lay down all of our worries and cares at His feet and to trust in His provision and care. Maybe it means taking some time to dance, sing, and live out loud, remembering that God's got you. He's called you to live a life of childlike faith and rest in His goodness and care. Coming up next, it wouldn't be a birthday party without cake. Easton and Maddie join me in the kitchen as we make Funfetti cupcakes that are actually good for you.
The recipes from today's program are available at dashingdish.com with thousands of delicious, clean eating recipes, hundreds of easy-to-follow workouts, plus a custom grocery list and meal planning tools. There's plenty to love about the Dashing Dish membership. Start your free 2-week trial today using code CTVN at checkout. Find everything you need for your journey to health with a Dashing Dish membership. Use code CTVN at checkout and start your free 2-week trial today.
Okay, so the birthday menu is wrapping up with cupcakes. We have Funfetti cupcakes, and if you grew up in this day and age, I'm sure you have tried a Funfetti cupcake at some point. Basically, it's just a vanilla cupcake with sprinkles throughout, so perfect for a birthday, of course. And they have a distinct taste to them, so I'm gonna share with you what that distinct taste is and how we can add it to a homemade version. I'm gonna start by doing 1 3/4 cup of oat flour into a bowl. And oat flour is one of my favorites to use, although for cupcakes and cakes it can be a little bit dense, so I always like to add another flour to it. So I have almond flour that I'm gonna add, and just a 1/2 cup of almond flour makes it a little bit lighter and fluffier, and it makes for a lighter cupcake. And then 1/2 cup of sweetener, any kind of dry granulated sweetener. I have monk fruit. And these are just the dry ingredients that we're adding to the bowl first. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I mix everything together in one bowl every time I'm baking. I just don't do 2 bowls. It's too much of a mess, too many dishes to do. They turn out great every time though. So then our secret ingredient to making these funfetti is almond extract. I bet you never knew that that is what gives it that birthday cake flavor. So I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of almond extract. If you don't have it or you can't find it, which it's pretty much everywhere in grocery stores, but if you don't have it on hand, you can do 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract as well. Whoop. Or 2, or 4. So 1 teaspoon there. So I'm just gonna kind of mix these ingredients together. And when I was little, growing up, my mom took a cake decorating class. And so when we had our birthdays, she would ask us, what kind of flavor and what colors do you want and how do you want it to look? So we could pretty much ask for anything and she would create it for our birthdays. And I don't know why, but I always picked blue frosting. And to this day, I don't even like blue. But it was something really special I remember about birthdays, is that we had our own custom cakes made by our mom. All right, so now I'm just gonna add a few of the wet ingredients, and then I'm gonna have the birthday boy come in and help me. I have 3 egg whites that I'm gonna add to this. And instead of adding the full egg, which you could do 2 full eggs, I like to do 3 egg whites if you're gonna do a vanilla cake, because that keeps it whiter and it lets those sprinkles really stand out. Hey birthday boy, come join me. Come on, bud. Are you ready? Oh, look at you, superhero. You got your Spider-Man on, and you're gonna make some cupcakes with Aunt Kate, right?
Yep.
And what are these?
Sprinkles.
Oh, is that cool? You wanna try them?
Yeah.
Try a little bite. Ooh, those look good. That's Maddie's favorite part. So we're gonna add some milk. Can you add some milk? 1/4 cup of milk. You can pour it in the bowl. Good job, bud. I mean, you're almost 5 now, so this is easy, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're so old. All right, so let's put this in. Are you all grown up now?
Yep.
Yeah. This is 1/2 cup of yogurt. You can scoop it in. Good job. Do you bake with your mama?
Yeah.
So, Easton, let me tell you, or let me ask you, what's your favorite thing you ever baked with your mom?
Sprinkles.
Sprinkles! You made your own sprinkles, no way. And then 1/2 cup of applesauce. So let me ask you, bud, what's your favorite superhero?
Spider-Man.
Is it? Oh, no way. What do you think Maddie's favorite superhero is?
Superwoman.
Superwoman? That's amazing. That's such a good answer. We'll have to ask her, won't we?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what her favorite superhero is. She would probably say whatever you say. She thinks you're pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Is Maddie your friend?
Yeah.
She your best friend? All right, Easton, now for the fun part. We're gonna have you add the sprinkles. Can you pour these in? And then we're just gonna stir in the sprinkles at the very end so that the color doesn't run too much throughout. Go ahead and add more, bud. That's great. All right, keep going, keep going. Does that look good?
Yep.
That looks it looks like confetti. Looks like a birthday party, doesn't it? Oh, looks good. Okay, so we're just gonna do about a 1/4 cup of sprinkles in there. And really, you could add more or less if you want. You can't go wrong there. And then I'm gonna put them into the muffin tins, bake them 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes until a toothpick comes out clean. And then Maddie and Easton are gonna decorate them when we come back, so stay tuned. Okay, so I got some True Whip here, which is just a healthier form of Cool Whip. There's also Cocoa Whip. So there's a few different alternatives now that are healthier for whipped cream. You could also do real whipped cream for the frosting or whatever frosting you like. And the kids love whipped cream, so you can't go wrong there. We're gonna just tap these, and then do you guys wanna do some sprinkles? Are you giving Easton some whipped cream for his birthday? That's a good birthday present, huh? Okay, so we're gonna tap these with some superhero sprinkles. We got red, blue, and white. How does that look? Oh, Woody likes them. Okay, you want to go ahead and put some on? Sprinkle them on like this, Easton. Just like that. That looks good. Maddie, you want to do some too? Here, go ahead. You gotta put Woody down. Okay, there you go. Go ahead and sprinkle them on. Good job, guys. Those look great. Are you excited for the party? Excited for the party, Maddie? Yeah. This will be such a fun day, won't it? We're celebrating Easton.
Yeah.
Maddie, what's your favorite superhero? Is it Wonder Woman? I think so. I think so. She's got her cape on, Easton. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, those look great. And do a few more?
My favorite superhero is Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Those look great. Okay, so these look great. And are you ready to go set up for your party? Okay, let's go set up for the party. Well, you guys, look at all our food is ready for the party. Does this look good?
Yeah.
What looks like your favorite, Easton? Oh.
All of them.
Yeah, they all look pretty good, huh? Maddie, you like the cupcakes?
I like that one, and that one, and that one, and that one.
Well, you sure do love Aunt Kate's food, don't you? Well, this will be such a fun way to celebrate Easton, and these are great party foods, and we have tons just like them on Dashing Dish. So head over to Dashing Dish, where you'll find recipes and more to nourish your body and soul. Okay, tell me how it tastes. You want to try a little bit, Maddie? Maddie, you want to try some? Or just for birthday boy? It's sour. What? Well, he's his own food critic, I guess. So we got these frosted. That was easy. That's what I like about whipped topping. And Easton likes it too. So I love you. Okay.